Hello, everyone. We built the Little Free Library online catalog, a web app for helping people use their libraries in the area. This was designed by Carly and developed by Sarah Rose, who pitched the initial idea, Christiana, and Anna, Madeline, and myself, Kim. Yeah.
So Little Free Libraries is an existing network of microlibraries where people can leave a book that they want others to read, or they can take a book. And the great thing about Little Free Libraries that I loved as someone who stewarded a library at my St. Paul home for 4 years is that you don't have to return the book if you don't want to. If you want to keep it, it's yours. Unlike a traditional library system where you have a wait list of 1,000 people or whatever. And the reason that this is important is that an international study of 15-year-olds indicated that the biggest predictor of those children's reading levels was the number of books in the home, even accounting for parents' education and income levels. So by making this catalog where people can find books that they're interested in and add them to their home libraries, we are making it possible for families to build those home libraries, important for everyone and especially for families with children. So our goal is to get a home library of 100 books for every home.
I will run through our demo. So for this demo, I will be playing the role of a 15-year-old. So there was just a Scholastic book fair at my school, and there's some books I was really interested in, but they weren't really affordable. And my teacher had mentioned Little Free Library, so I thought I'd go online and check it out. So I went to the site online with my phone. And right away I noticed at the top there's some quick actions where I can add a book. If I'm donating a book to a Little Free Library, I can also find Little Free Libraries nearby, which is really handy. But for right now, I kind of want to just browse books. There's a handy list right away of books that are nearby close to me. And so I'm going to go in and check my location settings and just take a look and see if that location matches my preference. And so I'm 15, I'm not driving yet, so 2 miles sounds great for a radius, so that looks good. And then I can go in and continue to browse these books. But I think what I actually want to look for is Oliver Twist. So I can actually go in and type that in the search. And awesome, it's there. So I can click in and find more details. And the details I can see are that Little Free Library where that book is housed. So I can see some location information, and I can also click in to see more about that library. So you can see a little bit more information. So the steward of that library, the person who owns it and takes care of it, as well as an option to get directions. And the great feature about this is that I can see all the other available books in that Little Free Library. So this looks like a great collection, so I think I do want to make that trip. So I'm going to hit Get Directions, and that will bring up Google Directions for me to go to that Little Free Library. And so fast forward to me walking to this library. So now I'm ready to grab Oliver Twist. And so I'm able to go to the Oliver Twist page and be able to go and hit check out this book. So that way, this inventory, the inventory is updated on the app so that this book won't show up as available for anybody else. So I can just pull it off myself. And then I have this great book to take home. So that is the quick demo of the reader side of our app.
Planned features for version 2 are we would like to enable stewards to add their own Little Free Library and then log in and manage their book inventories. We would integrate Twilio to give stewards the option to receive alerts and approve book checkouts and additions from their phone if they want. And though we wanted this app to be as open as the Little Free Libraries themselves, we didn't want to just allow any old bot to flood the system whenever it wanted. So that necessitates some sort of login system. We will also integrate it with Amazon's API to look up a book's ISBN and fill out other information, such as book covers and descriptions.
And that's 5 minutes.
All right. Ask me about any further features.
Thank you. So we have 3 minutes for the judges.
So this seems to put a little bit of the onus on the steward to sort of manage that inventory. Have you given thought to maybe a hardware component, barcode scanner, touching on that ISBN, someone passing by can quickly scan and put their book in, etc.?
We didn't think about that, but that's brilliant, and
All
we should
right,
do it.
I'm on your team, and we'll figure out how to monetize. And my next question is always about, I know Little Free Library is a nonprofit, but how would you, where would you fit in that landscape of making money?
Totally. I think, like a lot of the groups have said before, this is a really great opportunity for sponsorship, especially since Little Free Library is a nonprofit. So I think a lot of brands would want to get involved with that and have their brand presence in our app.
Cool. And then one more question. You talked about in the beginning about how it's important to have books in the home, and the research that shows that impacts the child's mind and education. And your goal is to get 100 books in every home. How did you decide on 100? Why was that the magic number?
Yeah, so that was from the study that we encountered where the effect was greatest when the library was about 100 books. More than that did increase the reading level, but not by as much. Like there were diminishing returns. Having 1,000 books versus 2,000 didn't make that much of a difference.
Okay, sorry, one more question. How would you communicate that message to people to say, hey, come build your library with Little Free Library, give, take, but mostly take so that you can amass that 100 books?
I think the biggest key is having the Little Free Library a little bit more accessible to everybody. I think a lot of people use it when they know there's one a couple blocks away or things like that. But just this app experience itself will help raise awareness and help drive people out to go get books or even donate books. And that's kind of a future thing we were thinking about as well, is being able to play around with that donate experience more, and maybe people can request and things like that.
Any further questions? All right. Thank you so much.